I threatened to tell my ex's daughter the truth about how she was conceived if he doesn't stop telling her I'm her mom. My ex-husband Mike and I have 2 sons together. We were married for years until he got addicted to prescription painkillers and started cheating with a woman who was selling him pills. The affair went on for months before I found out. She got pregnant and I immediately filed for divorce. Mike had to fight to even see our boys until he got clean. It took him almost a year to get his life together enough to have regular custody. While all that was happening, his girlfriend had the baby and then just gave her to Mike. Apparently, she had her own addiction problems and decided she didn't want to be a mom. She signed over custody and disappeared. I don't know where she is, and honestly, I don't care. That's when Mike started calling me asking for help. He wanted me to raise his daughter like she was mine. He kept saying our sons needed their sister and that she needed a mother figure. I told him absolutely not. I wasn't going to be a mother to the child he had while cheating on me. He kept pushing, so I had my lawyer send him a message through our custody app that all communication needed to go through there, unless it was an emergency with our sons. He still texts and calls constantly trying to guilt me into changing my mind. But here's where it gets insane. Despite me saying no over and over, Mike told his daughter that I'm her mom. I found out when she ran up to me at school pickup calling me mommy and begging to come home with me. She was crying and holding onto my leg while I stood there completely shocked. When I confronted Mike, he said I was the closest thing she'd ever have to a real mom, so he just told her I was. I tried to gently explain to her that I wasn't her mommy, but she didn't believe me. And Mike made it worse by continuing to tell her I was just confused or upset. This has been going on for months now. My sons have to constantly correct their half-sister when she talks about me being her mom. They get so frustrated having to deal with it that they end up yelling at their dad, which makes her cry, which makes them even more annoyed. My boys already barely have a relationship with her. To them, they only have each other as real brothers. They've told me they don't feel like she's actually their sister. We've talked about it in therapy, but it keeps getting worse because of what Mike is doing. The worst part is Mike tries to blame me for everything. Our son's therapist invited him to come discuss this, but he refuses. He just keeps saying everything would be fine if I'd accept his daughter as mine. 2 weeks ago at another school pickup where she called me mom again, I completely lost it. I pulled Mike aside and told him he had 1 week to fix this, or I would sit her down and tell her the whole truth, that her real mom didn't want her, that she was born from an affair, and that I'm not her mother and never will be. Mike's face went white. He said I was being cruel to an innocent child. I told him my kids are my priority, not his. Then he had the nerve to say this would all be solved if I had just agreed to raise her in the first place. I even tried going through family court, but the judge said it didn't affect the custody of my son, so there was nothing to do. Mike won't go to therapy, he won't listen to me, he just keeps making this worse. His daughter is 7 years old and still thinks I'm her mom who abandoned her. My sons are miserable every time they're at their dad's house, and Mike acts like I'm the bad guy for not wanting to mother the affair baby.